The visuals of this movie is fantastic, amazing, especially considering that it's from 1931. The graveyard scene, which is the first thing we see, is so atmospheric and creepy, and it really sets the mood for the rest of the movie. The rooms of Henry's home are huge, and you are in no doubt that he's from a very wealthy family. The burning windmill in the ending climax of the movie is awesome. They didn't have computer effects or blue screens back then, so it must have been a real windmill they burned down. I wonder how they got from Colin Clive down from there, or at least made it look like it. More wondrous is how they could make it visual that Karloff was standing on the top of the windmill while it was burning down. There are flames everywhere around him. It must have been expensive as heck. Most noticeable and memorable though is the laboratory, which is epic to say the least. There are gadgets all spinning and sparkling everywhere. I have no idea what it's for. Handles and wheels and flying sparks, and we are only going to see all that stuff in the creation scene and never again. Another nice thing is how quickly we get to the creation scene. It takes precisely 22 minutes before Henry Frankenstein gets to yell, "It's alive!"
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
I don't care, I never get tired of this scene. 22 minutes, and that is including the warning in the beginning that weak-hearted people maybe should go. Modern films should really learn from that. It sometimes takes forever and ever before we see the monster, or before the superhero takes on the costume, or whatever. That is what we came to see, right? Has Robin Hood started to steal from the rich and give to the poor yet?
No.
Does he even go by the name Robin Hood yet?
No.
Honestly, how long have you been sitting watching that movie?
One hour and 33 minutes.
Is he even a lawless yet?
No.
That's bullshit!
Yeah, it is annoying, isn't it?
The monster makeup is amazing. Created by legend Jack Pierce, who created the makeup for all the classic monsters, including the Wolfman, the Mummy, the Invisible Man, the Creature from the Island of Lost Souls, the Phantom of the Opera, the Beast of Beauty and the Beast. Even the tiny bit of lipstick and hair gel Bela Lugosi wore as Dracula was put on by Jack Pierce. He was the makeup man and creator of monsters, only challenged by Lon Chaney Sr. And that's a bit unfair, as Lon Chaney only made his own makeup and thus didn't have to struggle with difficult actors. When Pierce was supposed to do a phantom, the actor became difficult and didn't want to be deformed, so the makeup ended to be a lot less than could have been. Thankfully, Karloff was not a difficult actor. Probably helped that he was unknown at the time. The makeup must have been so painful and must have taken hours and hours and hours. And to this date, it looks amazing and will anytime beat any human CGI monster. The version of Frankenstein that I own is the full edited version, which includes all scenes, because there are many versions on the market, some of which are censored and some of which is not, and I'm going to talk a bit about that now. Some version doesn't have the introduction, as they find it cheesy and unnecessary. I actually quite like it, I think it's cool. Just imagine having somebody on the screen stepping out and warn how scary this movie is. That is pretty badass and awesome. Imagine if that was to happen today in any movie.
It may shock you. It may even horrify you. This movie, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, is so bad that those of you who is weak of heart, now is your chance to, well, I warned you.
Then there is the line.
In the name of God, now I know what it feels like to be God.
Now I know what it's like to be God. That was cut upon its release, or rather they had some fun at totally obliterating the line because the studios found it to be too blasphemic. Well, if you are making a movie about a man creating life and defying God, I say take it all the way, mate. Not to say it is an awesome line. Such a pity that "it's alive" is way more famous and used than "now I know what it feels like to be God." But then I suppose "it's alive" is just more fun parodying. You can do much with it.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive! And then I ate it.
Some of the scenes that shows Fritz taunting the monster with a torch with fire is cut, and that is such a pity because it really removes from the whole of the movie. Fritz is literally playing with fire as he taunts the monster and is so much asking for it, and he has it coming when he gets killed. If you don't show him taunting the monster, it doesn't make as much sense that he gets killed by the monster, that they have that kind of rivalry between them. So the last cut of censorship is really the oddest cut of censorship I find it to be. In the infamous scene where the monster sits and plays with the little girl, they are throwing flowers out in the lake. At some point they run out of flowers and the monster reaches for the girl and throws her in the lake. Now, I have to address this scene cause I called the girl dumb and stupid before in the first part of the review, and I want to address that because that is not true. She is a sweet, nice little girl. The point of the scene is that the monster is a child at mind and heart, and the little girl recognizes that instantly, and it is therefore she is not afraid. Sadly, the monster is a child who have never been taught the laws of the world. Things as hurt, life and death eludes him, because no one ever bothered to tell him about those things. He just learns as he goes on, and he doesn't know his own strength, and how that strength can affect people, so it leads to disaster. In the censored version, they cut that the monster throws her out in the lake. All we see is the monster reaches for the little girl and cut. The next time we see her, she is dead in her father's arms. Damn! The censored version is so much more scary. I mean, he just reaches for her and she's dead. He could have done anything with that little girl, strangled her, molested her. That is so much more scary than seeing him throwing in the lake. I mean, then at least we know. And it's after this scene that otherwise a great movie starts falling apart. I mean it, if you stop and think about it, it really falls apart after this. But we talk about that in the next part of the movie. See ya!